Okay, luck versus skill debate featuring the famous Kelvin. All right, everyone, introduce yourself. Yeah, well, I already did Kelvin, but
Alright, I'm Shane Nappy. I'm Persian. I'm male. I'm a virgin. And I'm 19 years old. Alright, and
okay.
I'm about to blow you guys' mind. So we're having an argument over just skill and what was the argument? Skill and luck, right?
We've already come to the conclusion that both are in play, right?
So yeah,
Both are,
my conclusion that I came to is that to understand this concept, you need to think about forces acting on like an object. Okay, you have two force. You have two forces. You have a skill force and you have a luck force. Okay. So when you go into a game, you have a given luck force that everyone has. Everyone has like a set luck force, right? But the defining factor is how much greater your skill force is than your luck force. So let's say like Faker and Bronze, there's a same amount of luck force, but his skill force is so much higher than the luck force that he wins more of his games. But if you have a Bronze player in Bronze, his luck force is more of a factor. So it's you can't say like it's skill, it's luck, it's more like event by event. Like Faker in Bronze, skill based. A Bronze in a Bronze game, luck based. If he gets better teammates, he'll win more. If he gets worse teammates,
oh wait, can I
he'll
can I
lose
put
more.
can I
Yeah, that's pretty much
okay.
what I'm saying. You can talk
So
now.
the luck
Wait, you
thing,
for us to
right? You know how you
say
said
your
that,
stance, man. You
okay?
gotta say your stance.
I did.
No,
No,
like
no,
no,
Kelvin.
I mean my stance is pretty much the same thing. I mean the luck is in play, skill is in play, but I just want to comment on the Shahin's point where he said that everyone's luck is the same, and that's not always going to be true. No one's luck is all the same because
Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, true.
yeah.
Yeah.
So for example, but your point still stands, right? Because say Faker, right? He's like, let's just say he's the best player in the world, and let's put it that way, right? He's the best player in the world, and he's playing with bronze. Like obviously, dude, he can play like I don't know, like I don't know, a very like I don't. He can play Teemo mid and he can probably still do well, like right. But because he's just so much better in skill, right? There's just such a discrepancy of skill, right? There's such a
Mm.
difference. So, but then
The
like
luck
for
becomes negligible.
right, exactly. But then like but Teemo has certain but Teemo his champion has certain set of skills and for example and maybe the enemy Xerath has a certain set of skills, right? And and so champion picks in a way also influence the way we play the game and the outcome that comes from it, right? For example like if I'm playing Evelyn, right? And Evelyn's early game is pretty garbage, like pre six, so like 1 to 5. And I'm versing an Elise. Elise has all her abilities by level 3, so that means that I have to play safe. That means I have to gank less. That means I can't get scuttle, and which means that I get behind. What happens if I get behind? Well, if I gank, there's a higher percentage of me being getting unlucky because I'm behind. I'm weaker. But if she ganks, she can do it. She can do it faster, more efficiently. She can do it with more like you get the point, right? Because she's just better like pre six. And then when I'm six, like okay, then I get my power spike. But even then, she has more abilities than I do. If that's why champion picks do matter, and they, dude, okay, let's not even talk about League. We can talk about life itself, dude. Okay, if you were
Let's talk
born
about Big Bang.
okay, if you were literally okay, like I can get into so much detail about this, but literally, like different cultures, they live in different environments, obviously, right? For example, like I don't know, say like a Asian person lives in for like since forever they've lived in China, okay, and then African people they've
What
lived
did
in
Bro,
Africa.
we're talking about leaks though, right?
Yo,
No, but
yo, wait, wait,
listen,
wait,
I
wait,
haven't even
wait.
said
You
anything
can
yet,
continue. You
bro.
can continue. I just want to
Yeah.
ask like
yeah,
something. Wait,
yeah.
Kelvin, you know what sativa is?
No, I don't.
Okay,
Think
this is
so.
strain. It's this strain of weed. Okay, and basically what it does, it's a mind high. So it pretty much makes your thoughts so much faster, and like you're, it's not really you don't feel it in your bodies. Yo, imagine Kelvin on sativa. It would be something
Okay, you
crazy.
finish up and then I can comment back.
Okay,
It
okay,
would, it
okay.
would be
So
like something crazy shit.
okay, okay. But anyways,
You
even
gotta see that
people,
happen.
even people in real life, right? Okay, let's just say in China, right? Let's just say okay. I'm Chinese, obviously, but historically, all my ancestry, we've been in the East, right? We've been doing stuff, right? Okay, but in Africa, people like let's say an African guy or a black guy, Okay, see, he has different set of skills that I don't. And that even okay. For example, let's just say he has more faster reaction time because of his environment. That's how evolution works. But he has faster reaction time, so he can play a certain champion better than I can. That's also luck based. His champion, his chosen champion is also luck based because his champion has different set of skills that influence luck. Do you see this butterfly effect of all these things coming together? That's why skill matters, of course, but it's not. It'll never always be one sided. It'll always be two sided, and that's why champion picks matter. Like for example,
And then it all comes back to Big Bang and the biggest
exactly.
coin flip of our lives.
I mean, our existence is luck, dude. We just so happen
The
to live on a
chance that a bunch of mass was building up and folded in itself and exploded.
Okay.
That was God's coin flip. His only coin flip.
okay, yeah, but you get the point, right? Like, so much things in life is dependent on luck. Like I don't know, like what are the chances that I'm where I am and where you are, or where a person in Europe is where he is, you know? Like that just happens, but obviously he can use his abilities, like I don't know, his education to influence the way he acts, right? You know, if he can study, you know, he can study a lot, right? And he can do well, or he can just let it all up to chance, of course, but you know, skill has, you know, still an impact on the way something works, but but it'll never ever be one-sided. Never. There's too many influences.
Okay.
There's the map influence, even though the map is basically symmetrical, right? Because you have Baron on one side and the Dragon Pit on the other side. It's like a U on this side and a river, and like an N on that other side. You get the point, right? It, even the map has a play on us, right? What buff you take has a impact. If you take the blast cone, if you take the blast cone 30 seconds before or 30 seconds after, if you take the Scryer's bloom 30 seconds before or 30 seconds after, if you have smite, if you choose to, if you choose to use two of your smites here and then you didn't have smite for Baron, oh god damn it, you can't smite the Baron anymore. What if just too many things, man. And we can talk about League, you know, we can even talk about and I've used the example, right? Mortal Kombat, right? Mortal Kombat, it's like, okay, well, if I'm versing Shahin, right, on just on console or something, and he beats
Fuck
me,
you
it's
up.
like, oh, he's like, all right, he beats me. You can say that he's skillful, sure, but he's playing Scorpion, and I'm playing Raiden or something. And Raiden has different skill sets than Scorpion, and they do relatively the same damage, but they still have different skill sets that operate at different times and different moments. And that's a one. Okay, and there's lag, so lag also matters, and then you can buffer skills, I think, and buffering skills matter too. But if you want to even the playing field, then what you do is you fly Shahid and I all the way to a convention. We 1v1 there with the same character, Scorpion versus Scorpion, so that there's no lag. There's
But
there's
let me throw a curveball. What if we're using different controllers?
okay,
Okay, yo, I gotta say
exactly,
something
true,
because I'm
true.
about to forget what I'm gonna say because
You know what? That okay? No, you know, Julian, write it down on your
yeah, go.
notepad. Honestly, I just do that.
Write the
Eh,
controller down.
Exactly.
Wait,
Even the controller and the position of the fingers and how fat and how
wait,
dude,
okay, I gotta say
no,
something, please.
no, I'm serious.
I've
No, no,
waited
no,
through
no,
the
wait, wait,
China
wait,
thing.
wait, wait.
You
No, no,
made me listen
listen,
to
listen,
China. I have to say something.
listen.
No, wait. What if your parents are poor and you can't get the best controller that has the
True,
best
Okay, okay,
true,
good.
that has the
Listen,
best
listen,
latency? Like,
dude,
what
dude.
if your
Okay,
controller's scuffed?
okay.
true.
If you're shorter, right? The neural networking is also shorter. So the
Oh
signals that
my.
go from your brain to your fingers is also quicker if you're shorter. You
Okay,
see all the things that matter. That's why skill. Okay. Sorry. Back to the Mortal Kombat point. Okay. For example, okay, Shahid, you're much taller than I am, but let's just say we're the same height. If everything is the same people, same
Same dick
character.
size?
Okay, same characters,
Sorry.
same controllers, same everything. We each have a TV of our own. We're playing the same characters, and then you beat me. It's like, oh, well, damn, then I can say that you're better than me. But also, if you want to get into another level of complexity, you can also say that like you're taller than me, right? You're taller than me. That means your neural networking is longer than I am, which means that I should have faster reaction time. And the fact that you beat me through that is purely on you. That means you're so
Okay,
much better than I am,
let's
right?
hear
Okay.
what Julian. Well, let's hear what Julian has to say.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so I'm basically on the side of skill takes more impact on the game than luck.
In every scenario,
Yeah, yes, in every scenario.
because that's the
Okay.
option to whatever you say.
Again, I almost forgot what I was responding to. Okay, so you said, oh fuck, what did you say? You're
Just
like,
don't
oh yes, okay, Elise beats Evelyn because, Elise, is good early game, and Evelyn,
Yeah, like
she
1
does
to
like some
5.
other stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
so yes, I could say yes, it's unlucky that you got queued up with a Elise, like a good Elise. Okay, sure, I'll say that.
Okay.
But if you cannot adapt your gameplay to the Elise, then I could say that your skill level in that certain aspect of not being able to adapt is lower, right? Or else everyone would just play Jace. He's super impressive top laner, really good early. Why doesn't everyone
But
just
what
play
if
Jace?
okay? Sorry, are you done?
Oh no, I was going to go on to the neural network shit too.
Okay, okay, okay. Let me
Okay.
let me hop onto that point, and then you can go into
Okay,
the.
quick.
Okay, anyways, um, okay. So first of all, what if this scenario happens? Okay.
What if you have not? Sorry. What if you have like you ate chips and you have nacho cheese on your fingers and it like makes your
Exactly,
fingers
dude. Unlucky,
Oh,
dude.
the position of the nacho dust on your finger. Very
And
and your
arduous.
fingers slip while you do
Oh,
input. You start misinputting as
true.
Scorpion.
Okay.
Exactly.
Fucking throws off the whole match.
Like
No, but
honestly,
you're green.
it sounds like
You're
it
green to
honestly
the
sounds like a
nacho
meme.
chips.
It
Oh,
honestly sounds like a
bro.
meme, but it's so
Kelvin.
legitimate, right? It's so legitimate. Anyways, back onto Elisa.
No way, the nacho dust. No way, you're
Wait.
green to the nacho
Okay,
dust.
let's get back a little bit on track. So, um, what if this happens, right? From 1 to 5, she just ganks every single lane, and it just so happens to work out okay, like it works out. Okay, top, mid, bot. Okay, mid is like I don't know Malzahar, and then top is like I don't know like Rise, and then bot is like Morgana and Caitlyn. So they all have a CC, right? Elise ganks top, mid, bot. Every single lane is fed. How can I adapt to that? If I gank bot, then she's just gonna mount up. She's just gonna mount up a lead mid and top. If I gank mid, then she's gonna mount up a lead top and bot. If I go top, then at least happens. We go in a 2v2 and we lose because I'm behind, right? Because been behind since forever. And then so that happens, right? And it's not about how good I adapt, right? Adaptation isn't a matter of like, oh, how well I can like match a situation. Well, it is to an extent, but even then, I can't like you. There's nothing I could do, right? There's just nothing I could do, right? Like yeah, okay, yeah. There's just nothing I could do, and yeah, sorry. Go into your
Okay.
neural networking
I
phase.
just want to quickly say that, and I'll go on to the neural network. Okay, so the using specific champion examples, I don't like because ranked isn't about one game. You can play dozens of games and even hundreds to climb, right? So if the Elise can successfully get a gank and carry each game, then I could say the Elise deserves to climb. If you keep losing to even other champions other than Elise, it means you deserve to be ranked over a lot of games. Yes, that one game, oh man, this Elise super impressive. My top's inting, my mid's inting, my bot's monkey. Yes, you could say I was unlucky this one specific game, but it'll even out eventually. Okay, so anyways, onto the neural network stuff. So basically, what you're saying is that everything to determine a person's skill is basically luck. Like, oh, like for example, basketball, how tall are you? How long are your arms? This and that. How
Maybe
you're
I've
born?
also-
What genes do you
Well,
have? How good is
I
your
mean,
lungs?
it's not no because for example, right? Like for example, Steph Curry, he's not that tall, but he can help. Dude, he can shoot. Dude, he's like the best shooter in NBA. Like,
No,
right?
but he's just lucky because he was born with like those shooting arms.
No,
Yeah.
no,
So he was
no.
actually not
Okay,
that
okay,
good.
wait,
He's
no.
gifted genetics.
Yeah, Steph Curry's not that
He's
good. He
luck.
just has really good genetics.
No,
But
it's mixed.
every
Well,
it's a mix of both, man. Because
to be the
just
best
has to
player,
be.
you need good genetics and you need hard
Of
work.
course, no, I agree totally with that. Like if you're a 4 foot person, you are not gonna be
Yeah,
NBA
no matter
material.
what you do.
Yeah, no matter
Because
what, you cannot.
you got your luck force is bigger than your skill force.
Like a 4 foot person can't shoot. Like even if he is 10 10 times as good as Steph Curry. He can't shoot because he's
He's
just
gonna
Well,
block.
no, he's not 10
Like,
times
yeah,
better. He just has
garbage.
10 times better genes, right? The other guy.
even if he has 10 times better genes, he can't.
Well, then it goes down to like what is a gene?
Yeah,
Like,
no, so there's no
talk about,
skill.
like,
It's just
talk about
your luck,
DNA.
right? Even if you say, "Oh, I practiced 10 hours every day for my whole life, and I'm whatever this height," well,
Okay,
you say, "Oh, well, you're not skillful. You were lucky enough that you could practice, and you were lucky you had motivation to practice, right?" Everyone's luck.
That's in a way lucky. Yeah, having motivation is sort of
Okay, so there's no such skills measurement of luck, basically.
not exactly.
Or why not? What do you mean? Everything's
like a
determined by luck.
Derivative of luck.
Okay, so
sort of, yeah.
so everything
It boils
is
down to
basically luck.
Like luck is the core of everything. Like I just told
Okay.
you about Big Bang.
So Faker's lucky.
Big Bang.
Faker's lucky.
Like you know, like
Like Baker's lucky.
Yeah, no, he's lucky.
He's
born
lucky.
with those.
He got the opportunities
Yeah, no,
that
that's
he
it.
got.
No,
Exactly,
he's
he got
lucky.
the
There's no such
opportunities
thing
that
as
he got
skill.
to train.
It's just luck, basically.
No, there is skill, but if you break skill down, you'll eventually get to luck.
No, what do you
Yeah.
mean? He was born with faker arms.
No.
Exactly. He was born with this.
Well, I
skill.
mean,
Yeah, so he's
yeah.
lucky.
Sorry, like
Like I can't be Faker, Julian, because I wasn't born with. I was not dealt the right cards.
like dude, like if you think about it, right? We often like the people in okay, so I don't know, but all I can tell you is like look at the NBA, right? You know, Asian people aren't that tall, right? You know, I'm not that tall, right? I'm just pretty average. But most people in the NBA, they're really tall, and they're like either white or they're black, and most of them are black. And perhaps most of that comes from their inherent genetics of having ancestry in Africa,
Exactly.
where there's a lot of things going on there, and they have to use their physical prowess to circumvent the issues, right? But Chinese people, we don't have lions, gazelles, and over there we have like I don't know, like nothing there. So
That's what Jeremy Lin is shit.
exactly,
Yeah, come on.
that's dude. Okay, I'm gonna get off
Well,
topic.
that's like the fundamental
Okay,
evolution.
dude. I was
Jeremy
okay.
Lin, Julian, Jeremy Lin got fucked by evolution, like dead ass.
Okay, dude. It's okay. So I can agree. Yes, your skill level is based off of what your genes and all that shit, and like whatever aspects, like what's your PC
Like
setup.
if you cut
Okay,
it
sure.
down,
That's not
it's
even
luck.
okay. But what we're talking about is League of Legends luck versus skill. Okay, we don't care what you're born with, right? It's just what is your current
Faster
skill level?
reaction.
What's your
Faster
skill level
reaction.
based on what you have? Like no one's like, okay, out of all the 4 feet with whatever characteristics, you are the best player. No one cares. The rank is determined by your LP, right? And what we both agree on is that there's luck and there's skill. So skill can carry games if that you have a higher skill
But
gap.
what is the? Then
And
you're asking
luck.
a philosophical question. What is skill? We
But
don't
like-
No,
know.
okay.
But what
I
is
can tell you skill in a second, but let me just finish.
What
And
is
then
it? You have
luck?
to define it.
Luck
You have
is,
to define it.
I can agree on, is sometimes based off of who you're matched with and not what your champion is, right? I can say, yeah, okay, you got matched with a Smurf. Okay, unlucky. There you go. But if you play enough, you'll climb. And then, okay, so if you want to talk about what is skill, okay, I can tell you what skill is. Mechanical reaction speeds, game knowledge, which also encompasses things like laning,
But how you
matchups,
say
warding.
reaction speed is skill? You're born with reaction speed. Like what the fuck?
Like yeah, certain.
It doesn't matter what you're born
let's go off my story, sorry.
But no, you're saying reaction speed is skill. How is that skill? Like you can
Yes,
increase
people
it,
are-
but
okay.
it goes to a natural limit that you were born with.
It doesn't matter. We're talking about
No,
LP and climbing.
I'm asking you to define skill. You're
Okay.
not defining
Yeah, okay,
skill
yes.
properly right now.
Skill in League of Legends is a combination of game knowledge, mechanics, and game knowledge encompasses many things like how to
But if
lane.
you break it down, what is mechanics? Like if someone is like naturally better
I didn't
at
say
certain
I
mechanics.
don't know if I said
No,
mechanics.
What I'm saying is, if you break down skill, it all goes down to luck. It all goes down to the central theme of luck.
Okay, mechanics is a
You're very
interchangeable
interested.
word with skill.
Put it at that.
Okay, you
No,
can be
it's
born
not,
with
it's
different.
not.
I think we're getting very
You
sidetracked.
have a
here. I'm just
limit.
gonna-
You have a limit. You have a limit.
Yes, and
So
that
you
is your
see-
skill limit. Yes, that is your skill limit. You
So
were
what is that
unlucky. You were
based by?
born.
What is
you were-
that based on? Luck. You were born with it.
Yeah. Okay. Why does that matter? What you're born with? We're talking about climbing in League of Legends.
Because what you're born with affects the outcome of the game.
Exactly.
Like there's a reason why you don't see Asian kids in NBA, right? Like
Okay.
like there's also like that's just how it is, man. Like Asian like it's not that the NBA coaches or the people that are drafting they hate Asians or something like that. It's just that they just have bad genes. They just can't grow to be that tall. Yao Ming is a very very rare exception because he was actually, I'm pretty sure, like a Chinese, like he was like the
He's a
Chinese
god.
government the Chinese government put the two tallest people in China together and then they made Yao Ming. So that's that, and then they made him play basketball, like
Okay,
literally.
I'm not
So
denying you are whatever your skill, like your starting skill level, is you're born with, and then you can enhance it. Well, I'm not disagreeing on that at all. But if we're talking about League of Legends, though, then we don't need to know what you're born with. We just talk about what is
What
your
if you have a
current.
okay, Julian? What if you have a shitty PC?
but you can't talk about just climbing without anything else because they have attachments, my friend. Like
Exactly.
things have too much attachment. The world is all like such a convoluted web that you cannot say that this is this,
Exactly.
that and that. Everything is like
Mhm. It's not
I'm
black and
this.
white.
Like okay, like me, like I'm Kelvin, but I'm also a son, and I'm also a sibling, and I'm also a grandchild, and I'm also this, and I'm also
And you're
Asian. I'm
also a
also
person in society, and you live in Canada, and you
exactly.
live in the world, and you live in
Okay,
the Milky Way, and you live in entire
okay, I think we're getting a little
galaxy bubble.
sidetracked.
We're not getting
Okay,
sidetracked. We're trying to explain this concept to you. That it's
This
not
is
black and white.
this is the
You're saying it's black and white, but it's not.
this is the entire this is the all this time I've been trying to tell, like things just shit happens, like all this time I've been arguing that all things have a luck element to it, like everything has a luck element to it, all things have a luck element to it,
You
and
can't separate
and
them.
that is that you cannot argue other. Well, you can argue, but I'm not gonna. But whether it's convincing or not, I don't think it is going to be convincing because that's just how life works. That's the game of life. People are lucky, people are unlucky, people are born in certain
Not the
places,
board
people
game.
are educated in certain places that give certain
okay,
abilities that reduce certain abilities, right? Like for example, when I was younger, I used to play a lot of piano. Maybe that makes my eye coordination a lot better.
okay,
Maybe that
dude.
makes me
I'm just
uh,
gonna say this right now. I do not disagree with whatever anything you said right now. But what to in the context of League of Legends, we don't need to know what you're born with. I could put a what's called an LP number on you and say you are P1. Yes, okay, yes. These factors created you. These factors just let you down and this it decreased whatever your current skill was. But you're P2. This guy's P3. Whatever. This guy's bronze 4. Right? It doesn't matter. That guy was born with one arm. Like it doesn't matter. He's bronze. It doesn't matter. Yes, if he had that other arm, his skill level would increase, or his right. But anyways, okay. If you we can use a really good example. Okay, so you
but
were P4 playing Evelyn basically, and you had a low win rate, right?
no, I was P4 and I was playing Thresh with my with a I was P4. I was
Okay,
playing Thresh with an ADC that didn't belong in his elo because I just wanted to play with him because he was my really good friend.
okay.
That's it.
So you were not trying in rank basically. Like you weren't using your skill to
Well,
the maximum. You
well,
were just playing a person you weren't really proficient with, right?
right. And I was also playing with a
Okay,
ADC that
and you
didn't know
handicap
his.
yourself with a bad ADC, which is extremely detrimental as a support, right?
Okay, sure, you can say that.
Are you
And
still
then
recording?
yeah, okay, I
No,
am.
let it run. Let it run, man. Let it
Okay,
run.
no, I'm. It's
Yeah,
23 minutes already.
yeah.
I
Just let
can't
it run.
believe.
Keep going.
Bro,
Keep
this
it
is
going. Keep
Okay,
it
gold.
going.
I don't know. We're just gonna keep
Dude,
going.
we're gonna have a 1 hour conversation just posted on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So,
Yeah, go
anyways,
on, go on. Sorry,
so
yeah.
okay. So, anyways, you were basically handicapped. You had a chain on you in P4, right? And then
Yeah, you
it's
can say
called your
that. Yeah.
dog, right? Now
Okay.
you're playing your champion. You're using your skill to the maximum because you know this champion. You're actually trying to, and then you got D4.
Yeah.
Yes, the amount of games that it takes for you to climb up there, especially with your LP gains, may be subject to luck, right? You may have been placed with a lot of Smurfs, which is why it took a long time. Or you could say you only played 100 games or whatever, so you were actually really lucky in that case, right?
Okay.
So I can say both. Okay, you were lucky in the sense that how many games did it take, but I can say your skill level got you to that elo.
Yeah, but what about what about okay, but well, you can say a part of it is skill, and I can agree with that,
Yeah.
but like you have to
Okay.
realize that like listen, right? Thresh, he fulfills a supporting role, right? people like okay, Thresh fulfills. Okay, dude, do you know how I transitioned from support to a support player to a Thresh main to an
Okay,
Evelyn main?
why does
I
it
did
matter
that.
what that means?
I, I,
There
I,
are challenger Thresh players. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know, but I did that. I did that because I realized, hey man, Thresh, I'm not fulfilling my potential. Thresh is a support, right? He doesn't get kills. He doesn't carry that much. He doesn't do the
Yeah.
damage, but then he does. And then when I switch to Evelyn, I'm like, okay, I fulfill a more universal role, right? I can do this, this, and this. I have an invisibility. I have all these things like yes, my intent of getting to Diamond 4 is my intent is there, right? My skill is I would say
But it's
I'm
lucky that you have the intent.
exactly like
You
Okay.
can agree that.
he's right to a he's right like honestly, but like you have to listen, like you have to understand, man, like Thresh and Evelyn, they're two different champions. They
Yes.
fulfill two
Okay.
different roles, and the teammates too, right? There's an infinite combination of teammates that you have, whether they feed or flame. If he feeds and he flames, then he lowers morale. If morale's lower, then there's a harder chance of you coming back. If that happens and then you lose Baron, then everything crumbles to a close. That's just how things work. And then but then I just so happened to be lucky to be fitted with teammates that were cooperative, that were pretty nice, that had high morale even though we were losing. So we came back and then we were like, oh yeah, that was a great
Okay.
time, right?
So you got
Like,
to D4 because of luck. So you're
I got to
actually a
D4 with a
P4 skill.
combination of both, not
Combination of both. It's not black and white.
combination of both. But I can say
I
that
don't think Julian gets it. He just doesn't have that.
No, I know. Okay. Manson, you
dude,
say.
I tell you, dude, it's a flick of a switch, man. It's a flick of a switch. I tell
Once
you,
you
man.
understand, like for me, it clicked, and then
Exactly.
No,
It's
I
a
know.
flick, dude.
I
I've
see
been
what you're
arguing this.
saying, but this just doesn't make sense. Okay, so you say like,
Yeah.
one day.
okay, so you get D4 and you're like, hey, Manson, I showed you I got D4, right?
Yeah.
And Manson has played like hundreds of games and he finally got D4, right?
Mhm.
I'm not saying okay, you are way better than him or he's better than you, right? You could say anything. You could interpret the win rates whatever as whatever you want. I could say you're even skin or even skill, right? Like you could say whatever you want. But eventually, in Manson's case, he was unlucky a lot of times. He did his diamond promos 5 times or something. Like he actually
Right,
did.
exactly.
Yeah. So his skill level eventually got him there. If he was really unlucky, he would have to do it 8 times, right?
I mean, what?
Huh?
I mean, not really.
Why not?
That you're just pushing the boundaries a little backward. And I could say the same if I could say the same thing. Like
What do you
right,
mean?
like if he was skilled, then he could have gotten in one try instead of 5 or something. You know, like and okay.
Okay, then I'll say he's unlucky. But
And
his skill eventually got him there, right?
I mean,
Bronze.
you still really can't say that because like just hear me out, right? So like like
How can we like, get Julian to understand it?
okay, sorry, I just kind of forgot.
No, I
like,
definitely believe luck is part of league, but I'm saying skill will overtake. Right? Okay, Shin, you say the skill gap between the players like challenger and bronze, skill overtakes luck, right?
wait,
We all
seriously
agree with
again?
that.
Yeah, but when you start, yeah, I did, but now I'm thinking about it more. When you start thinking about it, you break down what is skill. It just goes to luck.
Exactly,
Skill-
dude. Exactly, dude. Shahin actually
Yeah,
articulated everything.
Dude,
yo,
okay.
Exactly, dude.
What the
Skill is definable. I don't know why you keep saying, oh, we can't say what skill is, we can't say.
Like, what
You
if the
can
guy?
define.
What if Baker didn't have internet? Like, what if he was born and like he just went down a completely different path in like another like parallel universe because it's just luck. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Yes, there could be the
dude,
faker of
and Jack
Brazil,
was like,
okay?
and Jack
Like
was like,
Baker,
false
Baker didn't have a
useless.
computer and he never played League, and then like it just never.
Dude. Okay,
Like,
there could be a
everything
faker
happened.
in Brazil, right? There could be one, a Brazilian faker, and he
he's
could
not
never
getting
be
the exposure
discovered
he's
because,
unlucky.
like, yo, he died in the womb, yo. He couldn't even make it there. He was unlucky. But guess what? The skill will take you there. Yes, you have to have the opportunities to get there. Yeah, I
But
have
what
to
if
actually
if
have
you
a
break
PC
it
to
down?
play.
If you break it down, it comes back to luck.
But we're
Exactly,
talking
it just-
about
it just-
League of Legends climbing. Yeah, sure. I could be born with another finger which helps me flash faster, whatever. Okay. But and luck or skill takes into account like games over a long period of
No, I
time.
actually understand.
And
listen,
what-
listen, Julian.
Why does it matter
you
what
can-
your current thing
Julian,
is?
Julian, you can give me any scenario.
Calvin, I 100% understand you now. I get
Exactly, dude. Hey, that's what I'm telling you. You articulated everything I meant in day one. Everything I meant exactly in day one. Anyways, but you have to understand, Julian. Regardless of how you say that, it's we're talking about League of Legends, or we're talking about climbing, or we're talking about ladder ranking, or we're talking about just the game itself. You can't just talk about the game itself, man, because when you talk about luck, you talk about the entire universe, man. Like I can't. The two are inseparable. They're inextricable. They're inextricably linked. Luck and the world is is it just is, man. Like you know what I'm talking about. You know, like
It's such a huge part, like
Yes.
in life.
Okay.
it just
Like,
has
Okay.
to be.
A high
Like
elo player
okay,
will
no,
never get
you can
stuck
give
in
me
low
any
elo.
scenario in game. You
A
can
high
give me
elo
any
player
scenario
stuck in
yeah, but
a
what
lower
got
elo.
into that? What got into, like, you have to break it down. Like, yeah, generally at the surface level, you think that, like, yeah, you could say it's skill, but what is skill? It's just a
What do you
derivative
mean?
of
A
luck.
higher level, a higher rank or skill level player is stuck in a low elo.
Like, luck is just a
right?
derivative of skill.
Right? If he's,
like
yeah,
okay.
that's what happens when someone's unlucky, right? High elo
If you
stuck
give
in low
me
elo.
if you give me a challenger player and you put him all the way in bronze, then you can obviously say that his skill.
No, why can you say obviously? He's lucky. Why can you
Be,
say it's obvious? Nothing's
No, he doesn't
black and white in this game.
understand.
okay, no.
Julian, why don't you understand?
No,
That's
I'm
not what
just
we're saying.
using I'm just
Okay,
using the same
no,
logic.
No,
I'll
you're not.
use.
You're not. You're
Okay.
Why
not.
can you
You don't
okay?
understand what we're
Why
saying.
can you definitively say he can win? Why do you definitively say
Okay,
that? It's
okay,
not
okay.
nothing
Because
is
it's
No,
black.
skill.
fine.
Because it's skill.
Okay, wait.
Well, okay, but what is
Let's
skill? What is skill? Oh, what was he born?
Exactly.
What's his
It's not like
PC?
black and white. You have to, like,
skill.
think about it. Like, his mom, his dad, his genetics, his finger, like, length, his fucking
Yeah, dude.
keyboard that he uses, his mouse. Like,
You're taking
you
this so
understand?
out of like
No,
so
but
out of
it
pocket.
has to, Julian.
have
It
to
has to be
consider
this
it.
way. It has to be this way.
You have to
I've been speaking
consider
about
it.
this since day one. It has to be this way. You can't talk about luck without talking about life, about talking about genetics, and talking about where you're born. You know, how
That's why it's not easy.
exactly. But but through philosophical debate, that's what, dude. I hate Jack for saying that philosophy serves no purpose at all.
Fuck
So,
Jack.
dude, anyways, but he said that, and I'm actually kind of offended. But anyways, he so you have to talk about luck, you know, like
Oh
a
my god,
challenger
creeper
player,
just blew up my farm. Sorry.
uh,
Oh my
uh,
god.
a a challenger player, right? He got there because he's okay. Sure, he's skillful, but what brought him the skill? His skill through he was lucky enough to get the practice, the time that the time that he needed to get the practice that made him good this way, or that he got the teammates that also got the same practice, the ample amount of practice that he did, that they helped each other get there. You know, like that's just how the game works. You know, like. The, everything is luck based, and to me it's baffling to see that people say that, oh, TFT not luck based, and it hurts me when people say that. And even when people say TFT is luck based, I can say, okay, that's true. And then they go on to say, oh, but League of Legends solo queue only is completely skill based. Like, no, dude, no. Like, you know,
No, it's not
even
completely
then
skill
everything is luck
based.
based. Okay, dude, do you know? Do you realize that the okay? I want to get so off topic here, but you know the moon, right? The
Can we not
moon
talk
is
about the moon? We're talking about League.
But
Okay,
you
why do we?
need to.
We need to. Oh my! We need to. Okay, I'm quoting that. We need to
okay,
talk
no,
about the moon.
wait, Julian.
I'm sorry.
We
We
get
need to talk about the
Why are
moon
you getting
when
mad?
we play. We
okay,
talk
dude.
about.
Okay, dude.
Because you're
Dude.
going down to a fundamental question of life.
Okay, dude. Okay,
Um,
do you know why we
You're
get
just
solar?
quoting me, Julian. You're putting like a
Julian. Do you know why we get
we do
solar
not need to
eclipses?
talk.
Do you know?
I don't even want to talk.
Julian, listen. Do you know why we talk about the moon? Do you know why
I'm
the
sorry.
moon?
I'm sorry. Dude, I was okay. I'm
Dude,
sorry.
you're not trying to understand. You're just
I
getting
did.
triggered.
The
You have to
neurons,
try to
the moon.
understand.
Okay, the first quote was honestly like not too bad. You can't get the challenger. We need to talk about the moon to talk about League of Legends.
No.
Oh,
I'm using.
the
All
Cheeto
my
dust.
quotes make sense.
The
Like,
Cheeto.
you didn't understand. Julian, you didn't understand the challenger quote,
The
right?
Cheeto
You
dust.
didn't
The
understand.
Cheeto dust. Bro, the Cheeto
Dude,
dust
but
wasn't my
that's
favorite.
something you gotta consider.
The Cheeto dust was too Cheeto.
Julian, please.
What if you're sick? What if you got unlucky and you got sick?
honestly,
Julian, wait,
just
stop,
to add
stop,
on
stop,
to the
stop,
Cheeto
stop,
dust.
please. This
Let
example
me
is
just
so
say
good.
one
This
last thing
movie.
about the Cheeto dust, and I'll let you say.
Okay, sorry.
Honestly,
Sorry.
I I honestly would argue that a skillful player would not eat the Cheetos because they know that they. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
I've spoken.
The moon. Okay, please, please. Honestly, it demonstrates the analogy perfectly, right? Why do we have solar eclipses? We have solar eclipses because the moon just so happens to be
Yeah.
100 times
Okay.
smaller than the sun. Oh no. Okay. The moon and the sun are the same size. Quote, like same size. Like
At
not
their
not
distance. Yeah. No,
Okay,
at that distance, they're the
when
same
we look at
size
the
as the
moon
sun.
and we look at the sun, they're the same size. Why are they
Yeah.
the same size? Because the moon is so close. The moon is big enough that the sun is small enough because of distance. That when they cross each other, they make a solar eclipse. That's the same analogy. Okay, we get solar eclipses because of the size of the moon, luck. Because of the sun, luck. And that's we can demonstrate that same analogy with challenger players. They have lucky teammates. They have lucky life conditions. Challenger. We have the moon. We have the sun. Lucky, and lucky. Oh, we get solar eclipses. Does that make any sense? That
Okay.
demonstration is so perfect, dude.
When
Like,
we talk about luck in League, we don't
but
refer to it as the circumstantial things that happen in a person's life that gets them to
Why
that
not?
point.
but we have to. We just have to, man. Like our existence is based on cause and effect, right? You were born because of a certain chain reaction. Your mother was born because of a certain chain reaction. Your mother birthed you, and then you wait. Your
Yeah, what
mother
if she didn't birth you?
Exactly. We okay. In philosophy, right? We learn this. It's called determinism, right? Determinism basically means that we have no free will we have no free will because we have no free will because everything is a subject to cause and effect. And if we have no free will, that's up to chance. We cannot choose what we do, right? So
Alright.
Like, how do you know you have free will? Like, how do you know
Okay.
what the
Okay.
plan?
So are we saying Okay. Are you trying to say something about determinism, like if it's good or not, like if it's true or not? Or are you just
No,
throwing
I'm
No,
that
it
out
using
is
there?
true.
determinism as an analogy because because that's just how things are, man.
You
Like
can't, yeah.
like the moon. Why is the moon 100 times 100 times why is the moon like that and why is the sun like that? Oh, it just so happens that it just so happens that the universe came from a tiny super dense thing that birthed the universe.
Can we talk
Why?
about League,
Why is
please?
the start codon AUG? Why? It's arbitrary. Why is like our
Can we
genetic
please
code
talk
the
about
way
the
it
League of
is?
Legends?
No, why their genetic code the way it is?
Okay, the
It's
moon is that
completely
far away
arbitrary.
because the moon has skill. Okay, let's go back to League. I'm just kidding. But
Okay,
please,
wait, okay,
can we just
okay.
talk about
No,
League?
okay.
Please
No,
don't
no,
make a
but no,
I don't
no,
want to
mockery.
talk about
Julian, Julian,
neurons. I just
Julian,
want to talk about League of
Julian,
Legends.
Julian,
Don't
Julian,
make a
I
mockery.
don't want.
No, no, Julian, give me like literally 1 minute, right? Okay, so listen.
Let's talk about.
If the universe came this way, and then the Earth came this way through luck, and then we were birthed because our distance from the sun gave us just enough amount of heat, just the amount of coldness to bring life. Then we've come into existence through luck because of the positioning of us relative to the sun. Our existence is based on luck. You being birthed is based on luck. You encountering League is
Okay,
based on luck. Them developing League is based on luck. You playing the game, getting a diamond 3 is also based on a certain amount of luck because the champions you play the QWER skills that they inherit, the QWER that all your four teammates inherit, all your QWER that
okay,
everyone inherits. They use it in a certain combination that makes it so that a certain outcome is desirable and undesirable in a certain way, and then you win the game, and then you're like, hey man, that was fun, and then or not fun, and then you do that over and over again, and then if you get lucky enough, then you're diamond. If you get so lucky, then then you're in masters. And if you get even so lucky to be in 0.0000 whatever challenger, that you're that lucky. If you're in bronze, sure, skill has to do with it, but skill also, if you reduce it so far, it becomes a matter of luck. Because what if the person encountered league so late that he just so happens to be bronze, or that he didn't have a computer then, or he was born, or that he's young, or that he's young, so his mind isn't as developed as an adult would be, right? So he can't make as good complex decisions, right? All these things happen, and you must take them into account because
okay.
you cannot exclude them from anything.
Okay,
right?
so using your logic, like chess, like the board game, assuming both players get play both sides evenly, is
Yeah.
luck. It's luck.
N-
Chess is
well,
luck.
Well,
okay.
you're born with a gift, like of playing chess, and if
Okay,
you're
so
good
chess
at
is
Okay.
luck.
it,
Chess is
many
luck
No,
then.
no,
times,
no, because
Okay.
white always goes
no, it's
first,
not
right?
black and white. It's not black.
White al
Okay.
the white piece
He's not
always goes
understanding
first,
it.
yeah? The white
Yes, but
piece
I'm saying
always
okay.
goes
No,
first,
they
right?
they get to play both sides evenly. They get to play both sides evenly. Like
No.
so, the same amount of
Okay,
games until one
okay.
person wins 2 in a row.
Dude, if you
Okay,
put two
is
chess
chess?
Doesn't
grandmasters
get it,
together,
bro.
No, no,
if you
no.
put two,
Is chess like I don't know? Is it
okay, no, no, let me use your example.
okay? Fine.
If you have two chess grandmasters, 1v1, right? Like grand tournament 1v1, or let's go. So
Magnus Carlsen.
I don't know the names, but okay. One side is gonna pick white and one side is gonna pick blue. Maybe I
Or
don't know who
black.
picks it what, but it has to be some sort of I don't know. It's either
No, they
maybe
play both sides evenly. I play 5 games. You play 5 games.
yeah, but white always goes first, right? And if
It
white goes
doesn't matter
first,
because you'll play white anyways the next game if you got black. What?
it's like it's switching sides, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Switch sides. Switch sides.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
So
Yeah. Okay.
it's
Keep
So
going.
they're
Keep
trying to
going.
even out what, Julian? What are they trying to even out?
Okay. So you play. Okay.
What are they trying to even out?
Chess, the board game,
You know what I'm saying? Why are they
is
playing white
completely
5
skill.
times?
There is 0% luck in my
But
argument.
how do you know
If
that?
you play the same sides, like the
Me and
same
you
like.
verse right now. We don't play chess, either of us. What is that like what's basically
doesn't-
on
Like-
that game?
like
Okay. So
verse
okay.
you chess.
So are you saying chess is not 100%
Like
skill?
I'm lucky that my mom took me to a chess club when I was a kid, and maybe
Is
you
chess
didn't have
100% skill if you play both sides evenly?
that. No, it's not.
okay,
Okay.
then let me give you an example, right? Okay. If okay, I was gonna use like the birth by like some people are born smarter than others because that's just how life works. You can't change it. But anyways, let's not use that because that's just we already get that right. That's
To offend some
okay.
people who are listening to the recording.
Okay, okay, my bad. Anyways, but the two chess players, right? It's like okay, so okay. For example, you and I are playing chess, right? Let's just say that we are both inexperienced, or we're both either no, okay, no, we're both chess grandmasters, right? You and I, Julian, you're versing me, and I'm versing you. We're both chess grandmasters. I'm white, so I go first. First of all, that's already an issue because why do I get to go first? That's chance. That it just so happens to be. And you can say like, and what if I beat you? Okay, and what if I beat you? Then your morale is lower, and then I beat you again, and then your morale is even lower, and then I beat you again, and I beat you again, and then okay, you beat me, and then but you already lost. But the game's already over, right? I already beat you. What if that happens, right? What if me going white first? What if me being picked white first made you lose, lowered your morale, then you lose the entire tournament, right? What about that?
Yeah, what about that?
That happens.
Okay, if we can't agree that chess is completely skill, if you play both sides evenly, then I cannot be changed. We should have started with this. We shouldn't have even talked about league. We should have just started with chess. A simple
Okay,
one.
okay.
And built our way up.
Okay,
I
okay.
can't.
Sorry. Let me go on ahead. There's a reason why chess is not. The chess is a bad example is because one player. It's a role playing game. One person goes first, and then the other player. The better example that I made
turn-based,
earlier was Mortal
yeah.
Kombat. Mortal Kombat. Both players go at once, and if both players play the same Scorpion versus Scorpion, they both go at once. So it's not like chess. It's not like Scorpion hits one and then Scorpion hits one and then Scorpion hits one. No, it's Scorpion, but they both go at each other like just mad, right? But chess, it's a role playing game. Anyways, if in Mortal
Turn-based,
Kombat,
turn-based.
if in Mortal Kombat you guys both go at each other and you're playing the same champion, you're at land, nothing, and one person wins, that even then it's a representation of skill, but even then it's luck based as well. It has to be because what if one person has a lot of piano experience, or like what if one person has a lot of piano experience and then the other person has guitar experience? Oh well, they both have instrumental experience, but guitar offers a different sort of experience than guitar, right? Like man, like such minute details, they just have to matter, my friend. And chess is a
Okay, so
bad
we're gonna have
example.
to come at decisions around the 1 hour
Okay.
mark. So
And-
Okay.
so
Okay, I'm just
Julian,
gonna say
has your mind
something.
let's say the final stances. Like, has the mind
Okay.
been changed?
If you cannot agree
Julian, what's
that-
your final stance?
If you can't agree that chess is completely skill, to the dot. If you play both sides evenly, then I cannot be changed whatsoever.
Wait, what do you mean by even?
So we agree. No.
Like you play it at the
You know
same,
what?
like you play,
It was a
two
good. It was a
black,
good
two
debate.
white.
We can't. Well, this
Yeah.
will go on forever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You
Julie's
just. Okay.
decision is agree to disagree.
Okay.
All right, Kelvin, go ahead. You just say your final
Wait,
thoughts.
Final.
Anything-
my
anything to
final
the
thought
audience.
is, I don't know. Just everything is luck, man.
It's a shame that he can't understand it, but like you just have to accept their differences. Maybe
Yes.
one day he'll come around.
It's a shame that you guys can't believe the moon landings were fake. It's such a shame.
That's
You
not
guys
what
will
I'm
come
talking
onto my side eventually.
Okay.
All right. Last words. OBS. I'm gonna press to stop recording. Any last words?
Is this going on
No.
YouTube?
Okay, it's kind of long, but I think if
Just,
I only have one
honestly,
image.
just
Yeah,
honestly,
okay, yeah, fuck it, okay.
just do
Fuck.
it. Yeah, just do
All
it.